Are we descendants of alien species? There is no genetic link between Homo sapiens, modern humans, and our predecessors, Neanderthals. Only 4% of our DNA is Neanderthal, begging the question, where did the other 96% come from? In the first of this series, we've seen the first concrete evidence of extraterrestrial hybrid genetics in the form of hairs left behind after an alien abduction. Now we continue to explore the possibility of our alien ancestors. Number 5. The alien DNA paradigm. Bill Chalker is a scientist who coordinates the UFO Investigation Centre based in Sydney. His specialty area of investigative research is the forensic examination of physical traces of extraterrestrial visitations and interventions. He believes that if these phenomena have a physical reality, then they must leave behind detectable evidence. Chalker worked with Australian abductee Peter Currie and based his book Hair of the Alien on Currie's encounter with two humanoid women. Evidence was left behind in the form of two hairs, which provided a world-first opportunity to scientifically examine samples proving alien hybrid existence. The hairs revealed an archaic and bizarre DNA configuration from which he developed what he called the alien DNA paradigm, hypothesizing alien intelligent intervention, that is, genetic involvement by extraterrestrials in various cultures around the world. In particular, he has looked at ancient and indigenous cultures, which incorporate legends and phenomena indicative of alien visitors. Cultures such as the Kayapo tribe of Brazil, which enacts a ritual called Bep Kororoiti. It commemorates a long ago visitation from a sky being who brought improvements to their agriculture and social organisation and is portrayed in astronaut-like attire. But Chalker's main research into the hair of the alien has taken him to the Yunnan province of China, which seems to experience astonishing levels of UFO phenomena. Number 4. The alien hair. Currie had described the hair donor as a Nordic blonde with an abnormally long face and pointed chin, and with features that appeared too chiselled, with very high cheekbones and eyes 2 to 3 times larger than normal. In having the alien hair DNA forensically analysed, Chalker was looking for what he calls non-Darwinian patterns. That is, non-evolutionary intelligent intervention by extraterrestrials in manipulating the human genome to create unusual mutations. The biochemistry team of investigative scientists in his Anomaly Physical Evidence Group was led by Dr. Horace Drew, a leading DNA expert. It came to an astonishing conclusion. The fine, clear-to-blonde hair, which appeared to have come from a fair Caucasian female, could not have come from a normal human with that racial characteristic. Instead, it showed bizarre anomalies, including 5 unique DNA markers which indicate a rare strain of the Chinese Mongoloid racial type. An exhaustive survey was conducted of tens of thousands of samples of mitochondrial DNA and found that only 4 other people on record worldwide with the same pattern. All 4 were Chinese and with black hair. Inexplicably, the match indicates a shared common female ancestor with the humanoid being. As yet, funds are not available to trace the patrilineal line of the hair, but the results so far are, in Chalker's words, suggestive of possible hybrid donor. Number 3. The Lahu. The rare Asian Mongoloid DNA sequence evident in the hairs kept by Currie is unique to an isolated ethnic community with a population of about 1 million, called the Lahu. The traditional home of this hill tribe people is the southern Chinese province of Yunnan and bordering regions of northern Thailand, Myanmar and Laos. It is also a UFO hotspot. Chalker's studies and travel to Yan'an found that the Lahu have legends of UFO hauntings and unusual light phenomena over centuries. There is a shamanic tradition in the Lahu culture whereby one community leader, Cha Nu, has claimed to have been visited by sky beings or spirits. Cha Nu also reported seeing strange hole shapes passing across the sun, as well as atypical stars. He claimed that the visitors gave him a strange glowing stone with inscriptions and has connected his experiences with the legendary spiritual prophecy, a common theme in abductions and UFO sightings. The Yan'an region experiences many unexplained phenomena such as the Naga fireballs, reddish glowing balls which rise in the tens of thousands along rivers and lakes to a height of about 200 meters before disappearing. Number 2. Yan'an sightings. UFO sightings are a frequent and common occurrence in Yan'an province and are accepted as a given, even by academics. A particularly dramatic sighting was reported to Chalker soon after his visit, where thousands of villagers, including those of Lahu Autonomous County, spread the word and were able to witness a curious event. 7 white hemispherical objects were seen to hover for about 2 hours over the home of a local Chinese Communist Party cadre. Strangely, the UFOs appeared to keep changing shape, and on moving away they were pursued by witnesses, but soon disappeared. One of the strangest sightings on record occurred in 1975. 2 soldiers of the Chinese People's Liberation Army were stationed with their unit in Jiangxi County in the province of Yan'an. A huge saucer-shaped object appeared above them, circling and emitting soft orange-coloured beams. One of the men ran to the nearby camp and quickly returned with the camp commandant and a dozen armed soldiers. The man who had stayed at the scene of the encounter had disappeared, so 4 of the soldiers remained on sentry duty. After several hours, they suddenly heard a moaning sound and found their comrade semi-conscious, with his facial hair having grown extremely long. On recovering consciousness, the soldier found that his memory was gone. His weapons and watch, which had stopped some hours ago, were found to be slightly magnetized. Dissident Chinese writer Mai Jian claims he was helped by a mysterious ball of light when escaping custody in Lahu, Yan'an in 1986. As he tried to find his way through the dark and hazardous terrain, he says that a huge shining ball, about the size of a rock melon, rose from a stream, floated through some trees and then dropped to his eye level. It proceeded to guide him for 20 kilometers until dawn broke. He later described the encounter in his book Red Dust. Number 1. Other Chinese phenomena. Sightings and contacts have become commonplace in Yan'an and other parts of China. So much so that physics and astronomy professor Zhang Zhifang, who is also director of the Kunming UFO Research Association, has publicly stated that extraterrestrials may well be living amongst people in those regions. He believes that the remote terrain makes the area perfect for aliens to observe and study humans, saying that their intelligence is beyond our understanding, but that they are no threat. His suggestion has been supported by many high-ranking officials, including Wang Shichao, an observatory researcher who claims that the aliens have been visiting regularly for 30 years. Dr. Sun Shili is a retired foreign ministry official who had a close counter in the 1970s. Dr. Shili became an advisor to the Chinese government, which took satellite photos of and trained missiles on a UFO observed flying a long trajectory over northern China in 1999. He says there were also rumours of a UFO crash in China in 1951. While the government has supported Dr. Shili's publications and conferences, they have never released files or information on the multitude of sightings across the country. Dr. Shili's controversial opinion, based on his extensive research and hearing many stories, is that extraterrestrials walk amongst us and live out lives from the lowest of factory workers to those in the highest echelons of business and government. There is certainly much in the ancient history and old traditions of Chinese culture to suggest that there may have been early visitations from other civilizations. There are stories of sui-sing globes, luminous spacecrafts inhabited by powerful beings descending thousands of years ago. Some very rare depictions have been found, such as the huge carved stone petroglyph, which is over 3,000 years old. It shows an astronaut-like figure and star maps, until recently was still being worshipped by elderly people in the Guangdong province where it is located. The ancient Huangnan manuscript described an area when spirits came frequently to the people of Earth to teach the wisdom of the gods. There was also the legend of the Chinese Roswell, a UFO crash said to have taken place 12,000 years ago and resulting in the interbreeding of aliens with local people. In the same pathless mountain area called Bayan Kara Ula in Qinghai province, archaeologists in 1938 are said to have discovered tombs containing strange skeletons with abnormally large heads and small thin bodies. Apparently they also found 716 stone discs engraved with hieroglyphs which were decoded to tell the story of the crash landing and of the extraterrestrial race called the Dropa, who had been forced to settle in the region due to being unable to repair their craft. In that part of the province there was also a traditional oral narrative of small skinny beings with big clumsy heads who descended from the skies a long time ago. It was recorded that the local people were scared and many of the visitors were wiped out before they were recognised as peaceful. Are there descendants today from these visitors? This couple's photograph was taken in 1947. Both were under 4 feet in height. In the adjoining province of Sichuan, there also exists a remote village with 120 very small people, half its population. The village's heights range from between 2 to 4 feet, a condition usually affecting only 1 in 20,000 people. Documented since the 19th century, no scientific explanation of the so-called dwarfism has been found. Interestingly, the Chinese government has now closed the area to visitors, and the Dropa stones all seem to have been misplaced. This case raises all sorts of issues, such as human panspermia, the theory that human-like beings may have migrated to Earth in the fairly recent past from elsewhere in the galaxy, perhaps giving rise to the sudden appearance of modern Homo sapiens, a species not directly descended from their immediate predecessors, the Neanderthals.